Welcome back to Sorta Sophisticated, people. Or in Spanish, Amanda, I believe it's Sorta Sophisticated. Can I say that? Sorta Sophisticated? Yeah, not really? All right, whatever. Well, you get the drill. I mean, to our 3 Spanish listeners, love you. But seriously, thinking about like our listeners, I don't think I thank our listeners enough. Well, I mean, you do. I certainly don't, right? Like,
I don't know if I ever really thank them, but you're right. We should appreciate them a
little bit more. Well, you always say hello to us. You're like
you say hello.
I'm spouting shit out, and you're like talking to them and being like kind-hearted and stuff. I don't know. Whatever. I just want to say shout out to our listeners. And I would like to say, listeners, right up front, right from the get-go, we need help, man. We need you to spread the word. Spread it. Well, I should think of another way of saying that. But anyway, spread the message. Spread anything you can about Sorta Sophisticated. We need your help. So do all the things that we normally say, like at the end of the podcast, like leave a review and share it with your friends. Like, do that all like first. Like, do it right now. Like, I have an idea. I have an idea. Stop recording right now. We go dead air while everybody, all of our listeners right now are just going to send this to 3 of their best friends.
Okay.
Okay, done? All right, good.
I hope somebody has like a best friend that was Taylor Swift, just so she can like relive you saying that, asking people to spread it, like her song.
Let's go.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's me and T, right? That was Amanda. Everybody, you know Amanda. So say hello to the audience, please, young lady.
Hello.
I love the way you say hello. You get me excited every week. You're like, hello, let's go. It's like the pick me up that I need.
Great. It's gonna be some fun.
I feel like it's gonna be sort of fun.
Real quick before we dive into whatever the new topic is, I do want to say thank you to you for educating.
For me?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for educating myself.
Hold on, you guys. I think we're in the upside down. I don't even know what's happening.
No. So I was at I went to Target, and I was just looking through clothes for the girls, and all of a sudden there was this white sweatshirt, and it was the Grand Ole Opry, and I freaked out at Target, had a moment, because I wouldn't have even known what it was. Thanks
to our app.
Done the app. Yeah.
So what would you have thought it was?
I don't know.
Like just a brand?
It had a cowboy boot on it, and it said like home of country music.
Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, but I would not have known. I would be like, that's an interesting sweatshirt, and like put it back. But
look at that. I love it.
Yeah. So thank you for educating all of us.
Well, we're just being so excellent to each other. Look at us. Just a bunch of people being nice to each other today. Okay. You want to know what you're going to learn about today?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any idea?
No.
Alexa does. Alexa
she
knows
listens
everything.
all the time.
She does. Today, Amanda, we are traveling halfway around the world, maybe even more. I don't even know, like 6 or 7, like 1,000 miles away. I just did that. I just did 6-7 for all of you listening at home. You're welcome. All the way to China. Do we know how far away China is? I'm going to say 6,000 or 7,000 miles. China. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Where we're going to learn everything you ever wanted to know, and probably shit that you don't even really want to know about the Silk Road, where the world first went viral. The Silk Road. Do you know anything about the Silk Road?
I should, but I don't.
Strap it on. This is happening. All right. This was literally the OG internet. Okay. Listen to this. Okay. Over 5,000 years ago, it connected all of the empires across the continent way before anybody figured out what the hell was going on and how powerful it really even was. Okay.
So are you saying the Silk Road is basically like the Etsy for silk?
Oh, what do you
I don't know, but maybe that's not.
Oh my God, you're way too sophisticated for me.
So this road connected everything.
Yes, it did.
In order to peddle silks.
It did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Except like instead of like digital platformy stuff, it was like merchants and monks and all that kind of. Yeah. Same exact concept. Yeah.
All right. So by the end of this episode, I should be cultured and know how to dress better.
Okay.
But I also have a fun fact about dressing better with silks.
Do you wear silk?
No. So when we were on our little adventure, this year to all of the national parks.
Okay, yeah.
The fact that a bunch of the indigenous people, silk was like a big thing to them, but it was because that's what they would trade with. But that's how you knew their elevated status. Anyways.
So the fact that it is still alive 5,000 years later and you're still learning about it is remarkable. Yeah. And that is thanks to the Silk Road.
All right. Well, before we go viral, like literally, what is our word of the day?
All right. Word of the day. You ready?
Yes.
Homologate.
Homologate?
Homologate.
God bless you. I got nothing.
Okay, homologate is actually a verb.
A verb.
A verb. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's an action. It means to approve or confirm or ratify. It comes from the 16th century medieval Latin homologare. How about homologare, which means agreed? And from the Greek, homologian, to confess. So like to agree to confess.
I had to like get real close on that word to make sure that
homologate. Yeah.
Homologate.
Yeah, like to acknowledge.
Okay.
To acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
But knowledge is going to be hard. Today we're going to use like approve or confirm. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to anything that uses approve or confirm, it's we're in. Okay?
All right.
All right, fine.
So we're basically going to do a lot of homologating today?
Oh, we're going to do a lot of homologating.
Okay.
Let's be honest. I do a lot of homologating on this podcast all the time.
Fair.
I admit I have a stylist. I do a lot of admitting. There's a lot of weird admitting on this podcast.
Like a therapy session.
Yeah,
so is therapy homologating?
It is.
Okay.
Very, very much so. Here we go.
All right. So where are we starting this thing? I mean, like the Silk Road has to have a beginning. I'm assuming you're going to give us the history.
Oh, this one's all about history.
Oh, man.
You're going to fall asleep, and I am going to tell the long, luxurious story of the Silk Road. Ready?
I'm ready.
Full disclosure, I already level 7 lied.
I mean, I think you do every episode, so I just kind of like come to expect it. But would you lie this time about?
So it technically wasn't really just like one long road.
Oh,
like it was a lot of like, it was like hundreds of, it was like thousands of little roads, like all connected into one.
It's kind of like how like
main thoroughfare
so
road.
Like there's like a road and then there's like arms that branch off. So like a cave.
Like tributaries, if you will. Yes, like a cave or like a river system.
Okay.
Very similar.
Okay,
Yeah. So it starts in China on the one end all the way in the east. And then all the way on the west, it ends with the Mediterranean Sea. Like, relatively speaking, west. Because, it didn't cross oceans.
Yes.
Right, but you get the idea. Right. So it all started during China's Han Dynasty. Your people, right? Back in the day?
I mean, I don't know from the Han, but sure.
Do you know who you're from?
I'm going to look it up.
Okay, look that up. I want to know. This is going to be fabulous. Okay, so it's around 130 BC. So we're before Christ, 130 BC. China basically woke up one day and figured out they had something the rest of the world really wanted. Do you want to take a guess what that was?
No.
Silk.
Oh.
That wasn't very complicated. Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking up. Can't multitask.
Well, I literally set you up for that. Okay, fine. It's actually a pretty funny story. Check this out. You keep looking up where you came from. I don't want to bore you with all my history. Continue with whatever it is you're doing over there, because that's so important.
I'm just seeing where it aligns with my people.
Okay.
That's all.
So at first, for the first hundreds or maybe even thousands of years, before this, China didn't even know anybody even wanted their silk. Okay, so China's been around for 5,000 years, right? So for 3,000 years, they didn't even know anything. They just kept it all this secret. The whole idea of raising silkworms, weaving silk, was actually state controlled, if you believe this or not, and punishable by death if you tried to smuggle silk out of China. It was kind of a big deal.
Because they wanted to keep it all to themselves.
Right, except but they weren't selling any of it. They didn't it was like this secret.
But wasn't it just for royalty?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So,
it was super secret.
Okay, but who figured out how to silk?
How to silk?
Yeah,
how to do the silk.
Adjective here.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, that was a rabbit hole because I wanted to know the same thing. So I was like, wait a second, I got to figure this shit out. Okay, this process is kind of wild and a little gross. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, so we know silk comes from the cocoons of silkworms, okay, which are basically like these caterpillars of a very specific kind of moth that I did not know. I thought it was right. Okay,
Yeah.
It's called the Bombyx mori silkworm. And when the worms are about to transform, they spin this single strand of thread around themselves made from the proteins they produce. I didn't know it was from the proteins they produce. I didn't know what that was. Like the cocoon thing they spin around them?
Yeah,
it's made from all the proteins. I didn't know. It's been measured at over half a mile long. Half a mile long.
Dang.
That's really long. I know. So best I could figure out, legend has it, and legend we already know is right all the time. Okay? Right? Somewhere around 2700 BC, a Chinese empress named Lei Zhu was sitting in her garden having tea when a silkworm cocoon fell out of a tree right into her teacup. Just splat. Boom. And when she tried to get it out, it started unraveling into this long thread. Then she realized that this cocoon was made out of that one continuous thread thing that I told you about that was a half a mile long. Yeah. And supposedly started experimenting with boiling the cocoons, right? Because it had fallen into her hot tea. So she starts boiling all these cocoons and weaving all of these single half-mile threads together and subsequently invented silk.
Interesting. That's
there
fascinating.
It is. Yeah, so Empress Lei Zhu.
Even if it is not...
Did she invent it? Really? I mean, I guess she found
She
it.
invented the process.
She learned. Yeah, okay. She learned. What were you going to say?
Even if it, like, you say it's a legend, right? So
It's
whether
legend.
or not it's true or not
it's
true.
It's legit. You can find this shit on the internet, and everybody knows. The internet knows everything.
It's always true, right? But regardless, the happenstance of coming about making this silk from like a cocoon, was it never discovered before? Like, is the silkworm just indigenous to China?
Right? Yeah. So I had the same question. Apparently they were. These Bombyx mori silkworms were only native to China.
Huh.
Right? Because I thought they'd be like everywhere else in the world. But no.
So then how did they get out? I mean, they make silk everywhere now.
Okay, shit.
So
okay.
are we like
no, so that's a whole
worms?
Yes, so sort of that's a whole nother story. Let me finish history and I'll go back because that story by itself is like you're gonna love the story. It's excellent. 10 out of 10.
I guess I also have like another. I know you're pinning it, but
another rabbit hole.
So is China the only one allowed to distribute silkworms? Is really my question.
So they were.
Oh, interesting.
So
okay.
yes.
Okay,
we're going to talk about this.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
History first.
All right. History.
Focus.
Okay. Where was I? I don't even remember where I was.
I don't know. We're maybe like 2nd century BC-ish.
So 130 BC. Thank you. Yes, that's where I was. Okay. So the Han Dynasty. Back to your people. Okay. Yeah. So they were getting in all these little wars or like, I don't know, battles, skirmishes. I don't know, right? With all the tribes in the area. Because they all were just tribes back then, which was pretty typical for the time. A bunch of nomads would just like go try to steal all their shit all the time. So they wanted to figure out a way to sort of get rid of all those people once and for all and fight back better, I guess. So they send out a few messengers along with some traders or whatever to go west and figure out who's out there that can help them. Okay. So this is all based on like protection and military shit.
So they're looking for mercenaries.
They're literally looking for mercenaries. Okay.
Okay.
So they're technically trying to bribe them, right? That's why they brought the traders along and give them silk in exchange for help because they had all this silk.
Huh.
And let's say it worked.
Okay.
Okay. Because not only did they get the protection, but everybody lost the damn mines.
Okay.
Lost their minds. Because remember, nobody outside of China had seen anything like this before. It was like this soft, luxurious, like super, super awesome fabric. And like all these other places and nomadic tribes were going bonkers for this shit.
Well, I mean, it's silk. Come on now.
Well, yes. Obviously.
We love our
I got my silk sheets. I know. I mean, I love
it's
that.
It's actually great for you to sleep on a silk pillow. It's great for
I wear my silk underwear. I use silk
God.
condoms. Right. I mean, like, oh, it's okay. So, of course. So, listen. So, word gets back to China that
highly not functional, but continue.
Okay. we're going to push through that. Okay. All of a sudden, these merchants start like showing up literally in droves. Like in droves, Amanda, with all their carts loaded down with whatever they brought, like whatever they had to trade, silver and gold and frankincense and myrrh and all that. Well, maybe not yet. I don't even, because that was, no, probably around the same. Yes, probably they were trading all that stuff because it was Jesus' time.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
But not to Jesus. He didn't.
No, not Jesus. But they all just wanted silk. Okay. Well, Jesus just like the drummer boy. That's all he wanted. The little drummer playing the drum for him. You know.
That sounded horrible.
Play my drum.
All Jesus wanted was little drummer boy.
Whatever. Okay. Wow. That came on. Wow. Okay. So I'm moving on. So then the Chinese government catches on, right? Han Dynasty, again, right? Catches on. They decide it's time to officially manage the trading. Because up to this point, they weren't really like managing anything. Okay. Right? And all the trade routes that were being, we're going to create some trade routes. They want to make sure they get in on this shit. I mean, you know what they did?
What did they do?
You know, they all got in a room and homologated together.
Oh my God.
They did. They approved that. They ratified that shit.
Just that word in and of itself, it feels like it could have so many meanings. Anyways, continue.
They all homologate. You know what? Jesus homologated with the drummer boy. Okay, how do you like that? Okay, listen. So those literally, like, okay, bear with me.
Blasphemy.
I know, terrible. Those first initial routes that they all homologated on became the backbone or the beginnings of
the Silk Road.
Said Silk Road.
Makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy to think about, but how it all just kind of fell into place.
Wait, there's more here.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even done.
Okay.
I'm still going. I'm on my soapbox. Okay. So even though China is trading silk, right, they did keep this whole thing a secret. Because remember how, they knew how to manufacture it. Nobody else did. They had the silkworms, right? The whole thing. So by the time the silk reaches Rome, which was other end of the Silk Road, Mediterranean Sea, Rome, that's what we're going to call the other end of the Silk Road. Yeah, I was doing my research. I read somewhere that the Roman government was so pissed off at all of their soldiers who were spending all their money on trying to obtain silk for all their girlfriends and wives and stuff, that the Roman government said it made their society, quote unquote, weak and uncultured and tried to ban it. But then they realized it was way too cool and couldn't do it because, I mean, they're Italian and they need to look good in all their suits, because, they're Italian and you got to look Italian.
Evidently, yes.
They got the mafia. Yeah, the whole mafiosos over there. Right,
okay.
Right. Yeah, okay. All right. So, I mean, yeah. So, after the Italians, well, I guess, or the Romans, right? So they get in on it. But then, so does everybody else. So it's not just China. China had the silk China had porcelain and a bunch of other stuff that they were starting to sell, but India started trading. So they started trading the spices and all their different gemstones that they were mining. And then the Middle East gets in on this whole thing and starts doing the glass and the perfumes and all sorts of other textiles, not just silk, like all other
sure,
clothing things and fabrics, whatever. And as a result of all these people trading with each other, all of a sudden, sort of a little unintended consequence, all these people in regions had to pretend to be nice to each other and be sort of civilized with each other.
I mean, if you're going to trade with other people, you kind of have to be civilized and you have to not be barbaric.
So go all the way back to what China was trying to do, which was find protection. By default, starting this whole trade route made people less
aggressive,
warlike.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was sort of, I mean, I don't want to say it was the beginning of politics, but like it sort of was. Like,
you know what I'm like curious about?
Talk to me.
How they all
Are we being wait, you're being cultured and curious right now?
Yeah. How they all communicated. Because at this point in time, there wasn't a lot of interaction or cross
a lot of sign
mingling.
A lot of sign language
of countries.
That's what, go back and listen to our sign language episode. That's where it all started. Just kidding. But my guess would be yes. No. So I have a fun fact about that, actually.
Okay.
That's where a lot of translators made a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there were peeps that started learning about all that.
You know what's fascinating?
I'm saving that fun fact.
As another.
Shit. I'm saving that fun fact. And what else am I saving? I was going to tell you. Oh, about the worms. Yeah.
But what's fascinating also to me is the fact that how different jobs are created and launched. Like I know with AI and the power of the internet, we have careers now, podcasting, things that never would have been thought about or imagined, hundreds of years before. But to be a translator,
I know,
I'm sure was like,
wasn't even a thing.
I'm linguistic. I got this skill.
Right now, all of a sudden, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I know.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Okay.
And the fact that capitalism's like unhinged, but that's just a side.
But that's the beauty. That is the beauty of capitalism.
It is. Yeah.
It's why we choose to live in America. But anyway, so with all the good stuff, right? You were just talking about capitalism, all the good stuff, right? There's bad stuff. Okay.
Of course.
So here we are. Yeah. So not just silk and gold and all the fun, shiny stuff we were talking about, but like trafficking slaves, sex slaves, concubines, all this, weapons, drugs, not like drugs like cocaine drugs, but like opium was huge. So that was going in on the Silk Road. Dude, people were crazy. Like bribing was everywhere to get your stuff moved through the. So think about
greed takes a part, right?
So there was the Silk Road. Yes. Yeah. And therein lies the problem, right? So you had the underground Silk Road. You had the Silk Road. You had like two things going on at the same time. You had to start. It got corrupt. You had to start paying all these people to move your goods. So even if you had legitimate goods you were trying to move, now you had to pay people. Yeah. So
then at what point in time did the government come in and take it all over?
It sort of got terrible. They were involved the whole time.
The governments are all corrupt.
Yes, the government. Yes, there was a lot. Yes.
Lots of corruption across the board.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so we have silkworms. They fall into the cup,
Yep.
realize it's thread. They harvest the worms. They create silk, and then that leads to trade systems.
Yes. Good trade systems.
They were good, and
then
you were reaping the benefits across the board amongst different countries. And then corruption sets in.
Yep. But it's still going because there's still good stuff and bad stuff going. So it's not terrible.
Yeah, also on bad stuff. Did they also start like spreading disease? Kind of like
a lot of there was sex.
We inhabited
there were sex slaves
and
concubines. How could there?
But those are sexual diseases, like other diseases.
Okay. Sexual or non-sexual diseases. You're swapping fluids. There's going to be diseases. Okay, right. It's everywhere.
Plagues.
A lot of plagues.
Okay.
A lot of plagues.
Yeah.
So I was reading about the plagues. I think this is quite funny because the plagues are all named after like the emperor who was in charge back then. So like they had something called the Antonine Plague.
Oh.
That was a big one back then. Like that was the second century. Okay. So a couple hundred years after it was already going. Estimated to have killed 10 million people.
Wow.
Yeah. So then they had in the 6th century, Silk Road still going strong. Okay. They had something called the Justinian Plague because he was the emperor then. Killed about 40 million people. Yeah, well, I don't quite understand the whole.
That's a lot of people.
I don't understand why they have to name it like so. COVID, should COVID have been like the Bidenian, or the Trumpinian? Wait.
Oh, well, that's right. Well, Trump was in office, I guess. Yeah, in 2020.
But that was America. But it came from China, so it would be the what was his name?
He's still
Jinpingian. I think it's Jinpingian. Yeah, it'd be the Jinpingian.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we should have called it.
Blame whoever's
the
in
worst
charge.
one. I digress. The worst one was the bubonic plague.
That was the only plague that I know.
In the 1300s. Yeah.
And that actually came from the Silk Road.
Black Death.
Huh.
Yes.
Wow.
You wanna know, on the low side, you want to know how many people killed? I know I'm going down a rabbit hole here.
You are.
100 million people.
That's a lot of people.
100 million people.
That's a lot of people.
So add those up real quick. What did I say? 10 million, 40 million, 100 million, all on the low side. 150 million people died because of the Silk Road. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. That's not depressing or anything.
No, I know.
Okay.
It was totally depressing.
Well, on that note, are we done with history? Because that took a deep, dark turn.
No. I'm not even close.
You're not done? Okay.
No, I'm not even close. Dude, I got more good stuff. We were talking bad stuff.
150 plus million people died.
I'm going to bring it back to good stuff.
Okay.
I promise you.
And then?
And we're going to...
After all these people die?
Subject change. Okay. We're going to talk about changing from like goods to like ideas. So now we're going to talk about the fun, philosophical side of the Silk Road.
Okay.
You with me?
Nope, but I'm going to get there. Go ahead.
Human connection stuff. Like culture. Okay? So around 250 years after the Silk Road started, and like everybody's trading, somewhere around the 2nd century AD, when that plague was happening, that first plague, a couple of Buddhist monks started a pilgrimage along the Silk Road to share their teachings from where they lived in India all the way over to eastern China. And that sort of kicked off a whole new exchange of ideas, because up to that point, they were only trading goods, right?
Okay.
And services, things like that. Yes. Okay. So once people started talking about it a couple hundred years later, because it takes a while to like figure out what's going on, right? A bunch of Muslim scholars from the Middle East start doing the same thing. They leave and they start heading over to Central Asia and start teaching math and science concepts that Central Asia wasn't like a part of or understanding yet. Okay. And then, of course, Christian missionaries have to jump on this whole shit. So they go from the West. They're like over in Rome. And they start spreading Jesus and all the Jesus stuff. So it was sort of like Clash of the Titans. Like everybody thought they were right. Everybody was bringing their ideas until sort of they weren't right. Because like Indian math met like Greek geometry, and like Persian astronomy met like Chinese inventions and food and music and everything. So it was like this, you know what it was? It was a smorgasbord of ideas. That's what it was. Flat earthers. It was flat earthers against conspiracy theorists, and we didn't even have flat earthers and conspiracy theorists.
Aren't they like
then.
the same?
I know. Are they? They kind of are.
I feel like they're one and the same.
Okay, whatever. You get my point. It was like people against each other, didn't even know what the hell they were talking about, but they were really smart. But then they figured out the other people were smarter sometimes. So it was like, holy crap. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
A lot. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what Alexander the Great was trying to do. You remember Alexander the Great? Back in like 330 BC, when he was like conquering all the places,
right? Trying to bring them all together.
Trying to bring culture.
Okay. Except he killed a bunch of people. So instead, the plagues killed a bunch of people.
Same.
So what you're saying is
people have to die.
Innovation and meshing.
Yes, people have to die for it.
Okay, so what you're
I report on the history.
Fair.
Okay, so I'm not right in the history.
So I think what you're trying to say is that the Silk Road really was more like a culture road, because it like brought people together, it brought their ideas, it brought innovation.
We should make a song about it, yes.
Okay, yes.
I'll take the Silk Road. It's a culture road. I've been on this highway for years. Okay. You know what it reminds me of?
I don't know.
A lot of movie references. Well, Finding Nemo. The turtle in Finding Nemo. What's that thing called?
East Australian EAC, right?
How does it? The East Australian Current, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's
EAC.
like, what was his name? What was that turtle's name?
Crush.
Oh my God, it was Crush. Let's go. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. But like, okay.
So when you're talking about all of these different cultures bringing things together, I know you like diverted to like Australia, which I don't think was part of this route, but
it's the East Australian Current. My point was that's like the same concept.
Sure.
It's how Nemo got back to Marlin. I mean, it's all whatever.
I think I get your analogy.
Thank you, please.
But my question more so is
what?
So because all of these cultures have now like integrated and meshing.
Yes.
Does this affect
a lot of concubines?
Their art and their
this affects all
culture.
It affects
everything.
everything.
And of itself?
Yes. It's why Chinese art has naked pictures now, because of the Greek people. The Greeks like brought their naked art, and then Chinese people started making naked art.
Okay.
Right? Or it's kind of how like Persian carpets ended up in like Rome or like Greece or wherever it is. Like, fun fact. I have a fun fact, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Noodles. Do you know where noodles came from?
China.
Oh. Okay, you just killed my fun fact. Yes. So here I was so stupid. I thought it was pasta and it came from Venice or from Rome. Yes. It dates back 4,000 years to China. Yeah. And then, thank you very much to the Silk Road. Yeah. That is how it got to Rome.
And this is what we have to thank for
Italians started changing it and making pasta. So it's not even theirs. It's Chinese. I should have known you knew that.
That's
but
pretty
anyway.
I mean, it's
okay.
it's like my favorite food group, so I don't know what you expected there.
It's kind of funny. All right, whatever.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Are we done with history?
Yeah, I think I'm done with history.
Okay, so then we can talk about the worms.
Okay, back to the worms.
Yes, the worms.
What was I supposed to
Because
tell you? I don't remember what the hell I was going to tell you about the worms. What was I going to tell you about the worms?
How like China had monopoly on the silkworm, and they were the only ones who could export and distribute them.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
native only to China.
Yes, it was how they get out of China. Okay, I got yeah. Okay, so
How did they jailbreak?
yeah, it was a very slow process. They inched their way out. Okay, all right, sorry. So whatever it was, 150 BC or 130, I don't know. Okay, so for like 600 or 700 years, till literally I think it was like the 6th century or something, it didn't leak out. So they strangle-held that thing like maniacal. It was somewhere during Justinian's reign, the guy running the Eastern Roman Empire at the time. He got a bug up his butt. Like, I mean,
not a worm.
Well, okay, maybe
Just
it would tickle. But anyway, yeah. So he wanted to get in on this whole silk thing. No, check this out. This is amazing, right? So he wanted to start making money. So he was getting pissed that like he had to buy all the stuff. He wanted to do it for himself. So he sends these 2 sneaky Byzantine monks to China, like undercover, pretending to spread religion. Like, this is some fucked up stuff. Saying like, go spread the good news of the gospel or whatever it is, right? But he was really more like, find me the fucking silkworms.
all right. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Seriously. So they head over to Central Asia, spread the religion, meet all these people, gain their confidence. Like, this is a whole thing. This is some.
Okay.
We could make a movie.
The Missionary Hustlers. What?
Yes. I think this would be a great movie. They subsequently learn the process on how to make silk because they've endeared themselves to everybody there. And then the best part, before they left, these 2 old men hollowed out their canes, their walking sticks, shove a bunch of silkworm larvae. Is that larva? Eggs. Larvae, eggs inside, cap that shit off, walk right out of China, straight through the mountains, right back to Constantinople, where Justinian's waiting for them with the
to harvest
the silkworm people, and they officially knew how to make it and had eggs.
And that is how silk has now penetrated into them.
This is it. This is exactly what happened with Jurassic Park, people. If you haven't seen Jurassic Park,
it's true.
It was, you know what it was? It was friggin' Newman from Seinfeld. It was that a-hole in Jurassic Park that screwed up Jurassic Park for everybody. Thank you,
Was
Newman.
this how the plague started?
That's it. Yeah. No. Just yes.
Kidding.
But that was just same guy.
Same guy, but I mean, like.
So
did they smuggle silkworms and it was.
No, I'm just saying he was a total asshole because he had the plague named after him and killed 50 men. Well, he didn't, but you get the point. Yeah. And then he also smuggled the silk. I mean, look, it was going to happen.
Or that was his like contribution back to his society of like.
Yeah, let's go Justinian.
Silk. I'm just saying.
I don't look. We'd have to do a podcast episode on Justinian. I don't know him. He might have been a great guy. No idea. But yes, same guy.
Okay,
right?
So then
what?
China no longer had the monopoly on silk.
Right. Which actually, if you think about it, was a really good thing, right? Because like up till that point, like people were getting pissed off at China because they were a powerhouse, right? And you need balance. So Justinian really pulled the balance of power sort of, he made it even again. Yeah. So we just evened shit out and made it like sort of East and West now on the same level playing field. Because if you think about it, what if that happened today? Like in today's society, we'd be fucked. You do need a balance of power. So anyway, for as fucked up as it was for China, good on the world, good on globalization. How's that? Yay, go there. Silkworm.
But then
yay.
Did it like...
Go monks. Yay, one for the monks.
Did it ultimately then like disband and ruin the Silk Road? I mean, I would assume the Silk Road...
No, that was a Black Death. That was the 1300s, like, because we're still in the 6th century. So it did start making the whole thing fall apart, though. Yes. Okay. Like, because we were talking about corruption earlier.
Sorry. The taking the worms out is what started disbanding the Silk Road.
It was part of it. I mean, it was already corrupt. Yes, the worms got out. Yes. So, but the Silk Road was good for so many other reasons. It kept it going. It was just not
not necessarily for silk.
Yes, just not. Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Right. So then, I don't know, another 600 years go by. We're in like the 13th century now, and it makes this whole big resurgence, thanks to none other than good old Genghis Khan. Good old
Khan from Mulan.
You remember Genghis Khan? Okay. I love the fact that everything is a Disney movie to you. That is excellent. And actually,
education provided.
Fun fact:
Disney.
Genghis Khan was not. I learned this when my kids were growing up, and I was like, that was only based on Genghis Khan. It wasn't actually him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it actually Mulan was actually set way earlier than Genghis. I didn't know any of this, but they used that as like the model character or whatever. But anyway, okay, that's a whole nother story.
Okay, fair.
So anyway, back to the real Genghis Khan. Wait, for anybody playing at home, should we like give them I'll give a quick background on who Genghis Khan was. refresher.
Like, real quick.
Yeah. Okay, fine. He was the guy who united all the nomadic tribes in Central Asia in the 1200s and basically made like the biggest land grab in all of history. Good old Genghis. Like murdered, killed a bunch of people, but brought a bunch of people together. Okay.
I love how it's like murdered a bunch of people.
Murdered, but
okay.
But he's Genghis. I mean, he's a badass. Okay. and besides, I'm on a first name basis with Genghis over
Okay,
here.
fair. Go ahead.
So naturally, he looks at the whole Silk Road and goes like, "Hold on a second, I can make some money, people. I can exploit the shit out of this thing." So
awesome.
He basically kills all the bad guys because he's in charge of everything during that time.
So he becomes the ultimate bad guy.
Yes, cleans everything up, sets up some guards, makes travel safe again for everybody. You just got to pay a tax. That's really all it is.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Okay.
So historians made a name for it. So during that time that he was in charge of it, it's called Pax Mongolica, or the time of Mongol peace, because if you remember, he was in charge of all the Mongols. Yes. Yeah. So he sort of brought peace to this area, even though you had to pay a tax to use the Silk Road. At least it was like one tax. He got rid of all the corrupt bad guys, and he was just one main corrupt bad guy.
Sure. So he was one who burned down half of Asia.
But then, so that only went on for like 100 years, right?
Okay.
And then finally, you were right. Like, how did it all end? Bubonic plague. Yeah. So 1300s. I don't know. Yeah, I'm close. So 100 years later, bubonic plague comes, kills everybody. But also, it wasn't just that. It was boats. When I was looking it up and reading it. So we didn't have airplanes.
Technology advanced.
Yeah. Yeah, and we had a bunch of boats, but like cargo boats. Like the whole idea of realizing how much faster and it was way safer. Yeah. So that sort of ended up.
way faster than going on a horse and donkey. Yeah.
Yeah, way faster than, well, not a horse and donkey.
Oh, is that not the same?
A horse and carriage.
Oh.
Right, way faster than going on a horse and carriage.
Oh, but not like, okay.
I mean, you could say way faster than going on a donkey. I don't know if you would say a horse and a donkey.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Can we get back on track?
Okay, so the road's gone. Somehow it died. Bubonic plague, boats, shit happened. Is it still something that is used today?
I mean, no. I mean, you could still like go visit
where it happened.
Yeah. Right. But so technically,
like they don't use it as like a route for cars.
Okay, so no, not anymore. No.
Freeway.
Yeah, it's like Route 66. Probably. I mean, there's probably little parts like that where you could go stand there and say I was on the Silk Road. But fun fact. You want another fun fact?
Sure.
Because I thought this was amazing. So 700 years go by from 1300s to 2000s. Nothing goes on. Silk Road's done and done. Recently, in 2013, China decides to spend all this money and reboot the whole thing, like 12 years ago.
Oh, okay.
They call it the Belt and Road Initiative. You can look this shit up on the internet. This is legit stuff. Yes, it's Silk Road 2.0. But instead of camels, it's all fiber optic cables and shit like that. Yes.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So, listen, China is spending a shit ton of money building infrastructure across basically all of Asia, all of Africa, all of Europe. I mean, Amanda, I'm talking ports, highways,
taking over the world.
Power plants, yes, everything on purpose. And the idea was to put China back at the center of global trade. It's super brilliant, super strategic.
But it's technology.
They're
growing their tech.
They're growing their tech.
Connecting.
They're calling it Silk Road 2.0. It's just like sort of based on their culture and their background, right? But this is it's not even a 30-year project, 40 or 50-year project. They have projects planned out through when I was looking this up, 2045. 2050. I mean, they're literally trying to build the shit out of everywhere they can, so people want to trade with them, want to do business with them, are indebted to them, right? Want to help service China.
So basically, what you're saying is that the Silk Road is now going to be the tech web infrastructure that links the world to even an nth degree with China in charge.
Yes. I mean, China did all this 3,000 years ago, and they're doing it again.
I mean, it's amazing and terrifying all at the same time.
It is.
All right. Well, I don't know if that's another depressing way to kind of like end it, because the thought of China having a monopoly by 2050 is very soon.
No, but first of all, like, who doesn't love Chinese food? Okay? You got to love Chinese food.
Oh, my God, you're crazy.
So I'm fine.
You're so dumb.
And I'm not going to be around anyway. It's not my problem. I'm not going to be here.
You're going to be dead?
By 2050? Close. It's 25 years. I don't have that much time. Amanda, I don't know. What do you think?
I think I'll still be alive.
All right. We'll see.
All right. Well, fun facts now. Lift my spirits.
On that sour note, why don't we talk about some fun facts? Oh, you're going to love these fun facts.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're going to love them. These are 10 out of 10. I promise. These are that good.
I mean, you already gave 2.
Wait, did we use we used homologate.
We did.
Okay. Prepare to get your mind blown.
Ready.
Prepared? Here we go. The world's first travel influencer. Travel influencer? You know travel influencers.
Yes,
yeah, you watch your little TikToks. Sure. Yeah, was a monk. Huh. So check this out. I mean, I know the whole Silk Road thing was a thing like already for trading goods and everything like we said. But in the 7th century, a Chinese Buddhist monk named Xuanzang traveled 10,000 miles from China to India and back to collect sacred texts along the way and share scripture, philosophy, ideas. He wrote a 600,000-word travelogue that mapped his routes, described kingdoms, and basically invented the travel blog 1,300 years before Instagram.
Wow.
First guy on record to share his ideas. Thank you.
Just not photographed.
Xuanzang. Right?
Just not photographed.
Oh, well. We love him. Okay. Number 2. Camels were the original shipping container.
Yeah.
Camels.
Just piled on high, right? That's how you can go.
So a single Bactrian camel, the 2-hump kind, can
Yep.
carry, are you ready for this? 600 pounds of cargo.
Dang.
600 pounds. And walk 30 miles in one day.
That's crazy.
Caravan leaders literally measured distance, not in miles, but in days by camel.
Wow.
It was DBC.
That's
days.
crazy.
How many DBC is this? This is a day by camel? Yeah. If a route took 120 camels, you knew it was going to be like a really long journey, right? Like, because a camel could walk 30 miles a day. So that's how it was 300, what was that? 3,600 miles. Well, it's going to take 120 camels.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Okay. Number 3, ice cream came from the Silk Road.
Ice cream?
Yeah. Ice cream.
Did it come from the camels?
Not really. I'm level 4 lying here. Ooh, that would be gross. Okay. Actually, ice cream's ancestors came from the Silk Road. So listen to this. So I guess these traders in Persia were making a frozen dessert called faluda. You could,
Oh,
you
okay.
could,
Yeah.
yeah, you could look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Made from these thin noodles and some rose water and crushed ice. And they started sharing it with the rest of the world through the Silk Road. Here we are. It's one of the earliest recorded cold sweets on record. And through trade, it is believed to inspire later frozen desserts all over Europe and Asia, including gelato.
Interesting. Again, innovation.
Yeah, again.
Take one thing and make it something
Italy
different.
pretending it had all these cool ideas.
They just got it.
Right.
Italy should be very thankful for the Silk Road.
Yes, they really should. All right. And number 4, the Silk Road developed the first international mail system. Well, that makes sense.
Oh.
So check this. So the Persians and Mongols both built relay post stations at very specific points along the Silk Road with horses and riders stationed every few miles, always ready to go. So they were the first group to be able to send message literally thousands of miles in just a few weeks instead of months because they always had fresh horses and fresh riders ready to keep it moving and never stop.
Okay.
So kind of wild stuff for sure.
And now we just have text messaging.
2 seconds. We have Snapchat.
It's crazy.
Right there. Gone.
It's
And 10
crazy.
seconds later it's gone. And finally, last one. The whole concept of a brand knockoff, right? The brand knockoff started on the Silk Road. So, you know, like Louis Vuitton knockoffs,
Oh, okay.
right? Like,
Yeah.
right. Like, so luxury Chinese silk was in such high demand that Roman and Persian merchants, before like the silkworms got out, right, started making and selling fake silk made from whatever materials they could find that sort of mimicked the feel of silk.
Oh, interesting.
Then they dyed it, polished it, pretended it was real.
Okay.
Bunch of crooks.
Wow.
Not to make a buck. What are you going to do?
That's a lot.
That's all I got.
I mean, again, when you bring a bunch of cultures together and innovation together, I guess that's what you get. Crooks.
You got to love
Corruption.
the crooks.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe I should be a crook. Maybe that's what I did wrong.
Your next career move.
I think that is.
Okay.
I think on Tuesdays I will be a crook.
All right.
Yes.
You let me know how that
I'm
goes
going to
for you.
reserve it for one day a week. It'll
Just
be
don't
Tuesdays.
get arrested.
Yeah, okay.
No more podcasts if
fine.
you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and sum up the episode then, and give our listeners just a few resources, maybe if they want to learn more about the Silk Road and maybe not such a ADHD fashion, you know, people who like structure.
We'll do that. Let's do that. But let's bring it all back to, hey, listeners, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, please send these episodes to anybody. I don't even care if they're your friends or your enemies. The idea is to get the word out.
Fair enough.
We're trying to build a base here. So if you don't like listening to Amanda and I, because, I mean, who we kid? I don't even like listening to myself, really. And Amanda hates listening to me. But maybe somebody else does want to listen to us. So it's your duty. It's your obligation to share this.
You're on a good one today.
With the rest of the world. Okay. Are we ready? I'm summing.
I am.
Okay. So if we like this episode, you want to dig deeper?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to dig deeper into the Silk Road? Let's go. Read the book, The Silk Roads, A New History of the World by Peter Frankopan. It's literally the story of how global trade started, but told through like a long adventure story. So kind of cool. Totally worth it. I did love it. It's well written and sort of gives you a good balance of real history and like good storytelling. If you want to watch something, there's an older but like really good documentary series called The Silk Road. It's a PBS. You have to look it up on PBS. You can find it on YouTube, but just look up the PBS version. I watched it. It's a few episodes. I watched it to make this like to be able to do my research. Yeah. Or you can just go to UNESCO's Silk Roads website and research it all yourself. It's got a bunch of good info, maps and pictures and short articles that give you like more depth. I used it because it helped me see where all the maps like
visual cues.
Yes,
visual
we're way
cues are
better
good.
for
Okay.
me. Yeah. Okay. And then just remember these relevant details to seem sort of sophisticated and one up Amanda at your next party, people. All right, here we go. Number one, the Silk Road wasn't just one road. It was an ancient web of trade routes that connected China to the Mediterranean, moving not just silk and spices, but also ideas, cultures, and diseases across the world, where camels were the delivery trucks and merchants were the influencers. Number two, it made the world's first global economy. Spices from India, glass from the Middle East, or gold from Rome. If it was valuable, it moved on the Silk Road. It literally forced ancient empires to play nice because everybody wanted goods. Number three, ideas traveled faster than camels. Buddhism, astronomy, math, and even pasta made their way across the continents thanks to the Silk Road. And finally, China kept silk a secret for more than 2,000 years. The Bombyx moray silkworm only existed in China, and smuggling eggs or cocoons out was punishable by death until two sneaky Byzantine monks hid them in bamboo canes and brought them to the Byzantine Empire. No patent is safe, people. Protect it with your life. That's all I got.
All right. Well, there you have it, dear listeners. The Silk Road in all its chaotic, camel-packed glory. We went from Roman soldiers blowing their paychecks on silk robes to empires swapping math, religion, and the occasional plague along the way. When you boil it down, the Silk Road wasn't just an ordinary road. It was the world's first global network. The OG internet connecting people, power, and of course, a few germs and people died. But here's hoping
only 150 million people died.
Only.
Just a few.
So here's hoping we've shared just enough information to make you either a flaming nuisance or a little more sophisticated to your fellow humans. Sorta. Don't forget to subscribe, as Pete has been bashing me over the head about. Follow and leave us a review. Or better yet, in the spirit of Silk Road and exchanging ideas, bring up Sorta Sophisticated next time you're out on your next adventure and spread the word. Or, here's the fun thing, maybe you buy a silk pillow for someone and be like, here's a silk pillow.
I have a story.
And listen.
Right.
You should listen.
Listen up, people.
So until next time, stay curious, stay cultured, even if it's from your couch.